Welcome back to the show, everyone. Today we're kicking off something really exciting. Investing for beginners. How to start with just $100. Now, a lot of people hear investing and immediately think they need thousands, maybe even tens of thousands of dollars to get started. But here's the truth. You don't. You can actually begin your investing journey with as little as $100.
Exactly. And that's what today is all about. We're breaking down the mindset, the tools, and the step-by-step approach for someone who literally has $100 sitting in their bank account and is wondering, can this even make a difference? Spoiler alert, yes, it can. It's less about the dollar amount at first and more about building the habit, learning the ropes, and understanding how money can grow over time.
Right, and before anyone thinks, well, $100 isn't life-changing, let me remind you of something. Every major investor you've ever heard of, Warren Buffett, Ray Dalio, even your favorite finance YouTubers, they all started with their first investment. Nobody wakes up with $1 million portfolio. The key is getting started early, even with small amounts, because time and consistency are your biggest allies.
So let's set the stage here. Imagine you're listening right now and you've got $100. Maybe it's extra cash from a side hustle, or maybe it's just money you saved by cutting back on eating out for a month. The point is, this $100 can either sit idle, losing value to inflation, or it can become the seed for your investing journey. And today we're going to show you how to plant that seed the smart way.
Step 1. Building the right mindset. I think the first step before we even talk about apps or accounts is mindset. If you're looking at $100 as too little to matter, you'll never build momentum. But if you see it as training money, a way to practice investing, learn the markets, and build confidence, then suddenly that $100 becomes powerful.
Absolutely. Think of it like learning to drive. You don't start with a Formula One car on the track, right? You start small, with a beginner-friendly car, maybe in an empty parking lot. That's what investing with $100 is, a safe, low-risk entry point where mistakes are affordable and the lessons are priceless.
Step 2. Choosing where to start. Now, let's get practical. If you're in the US, apps like Robinhood, Fidelity, Schwab, or even Acorns let you start with tiny amounts. Many of them don't require account minimums anymore. You can literally buy fractional shares, meaning you don't need $500 to buy one share of Tesla or Apple. You can just buy $10 worth.
And if you're outside the US, don't worry. There are platforms everywhere now that allow micro-investing. In the UK, there's Trading 212 or Free Trade. In other countries, there are equivalents. The point is, accessibility has never been easier. With just a smartphone and $100, you can get started today.
Step 3. Understanding risk and goals. Here's where people mess up. They treat investing like a lottery ticket. They'll take their $100, throw it all into some trendy meme stock or crypto coin, and then hope to double overnight. That's not investing. That's gambling.
Exactly. If you're starting with $100, the goal shouldn't be to get rich quick. The goal is to learn and to start building a foundation. Think long-term. What do you want this $100 to represent? For most beginners, it's about building the habit of investing regularly so that in the future, when you're putting in $500 or $1,000 a month, you've already trained yourself to do it wisely.
Step 4. The magic of compounding. Let's talk about why even small amounts matter. Imagine you invest $100 today in a broad index fund, something like the S&P 500, which historically returns about 7 to 10% annually. In 30 years, if you never added another penny, that $100 could grow to around $1,000 just from compounding.
And now imagine instead of just that one-time $100, you add another $100 every month. That's $1,200 a year. Over 30 years without even touching stock picking or anything fancy, you could end up with hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's why starting small is so important. It's not about the $100 itself. It's about building the system that will eventually scale.
Closing Part 1. So today we laid the foundation, why $100 matters, how mindset shifts everything, and how accessible investing is today compared to even 10 years ago.
In the next part, we're going to dive deeper into the actual options: ETFs, index funds, stocks, even a bit about crypto, and show you how to choose where your first $100 should go.
Exactly. So if you're listening, remember, don't underestimate that first step. $100 today can change the way you think, act, and build wealth for the rest of your life.
Stick with us. This is just the beginning.